Hi guys, how you doing? This is Holly. Finally got my limitation from YouTube removed so I can go on live again, and it's easier than taking videos and editing because I like just, when everything flows. So today I want to share with you with some things and tips that I can give you about having a long distance relationship. I made some video about it, and it was like I think 2-3 months ago when I didn't even realize the whole meaning of having a long distance relationship in with Atlantic Ocean between us and Mediterranean Sea between us. And so anyway, if you're new in my channel, I'm Heli from Israel. I'm 37. Said I live in Israel, and my boyfriend lives in Costa Rica, which is 12,000 kilometers. It's Lower America, it's Latin America, it's in the middle, and it's very far. And the most expensive flights you can find usually. Uh, so we've been together for 6.5 months already. We met on May in Amsterdam. We thought we're just gonna hang out together because both of us were alone there, but the universe decided to send both of us on the same date, unscheduled and unplanned, and we met and we had a click. And then both of us, very reasonable people, we said like, okay, it's far, Costa Rica, Israel, it's impossible. So let's find a way to keep this being friends only. And we thought we could, and then we realized we can't. So I'll just plug my earphones so you can hear me better. And anyway, what happened was that, wait, you're gonna hear me better now. So anyway, we met and we fell in love. Had amazing 2.5 days together, and we said we're gonna stay friends. And then we kind of talked to each other and shared things and make our relationship go deeper and deeper, to the point where I told him after a month, listen, I don't want to go to that. I've been in a long distance relationship in Cyprus, which is 300 kilometers. It was hard. I don't want to do that again. Like, the universe is laughing at us. And I was like, and he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But we couldn't disconnect from each other, and we got to know each other and how similar we are with the way of thinking and with our beliefs in life and the things we went through. Both of us divorced with kids. And if you are following my channel of Twin Flame, so he's my twin flame too. There's a lot of things that show in that. And at some point we met in May and we talked every day, and at some point in July I knew that I'm gonna have some few days off on August, so I said, okay, I want to go and check what's going on there. I want to try it. And I went to see him. I stayed for 10 days. Amazing, dreamy 10 days. And it felt like we always lived together. It felt so natural. And even though I was in another city, culture, country, language, they speak Spanish there, he speaks English, and I too. But I just felt like I came home. And it felt so natural to both of us to be together. And we knew that we're fucked. We knew we're screwed, and the universe is laughing at us. And anyway, we decided just live it day by day. And when I left, he scheduled a flight for 2.5 months later to the end of October. And it was like 60 days ahead. And I was like, it's so far. It's impossible. Like, I don't want to be miserable. But time went on, and we were both busy, and we have careers and we have kids and a very busy life, and it's like our getaway of every day, just to call each other and to talk and everything. So long story short, he came to see me on November, and at some point we went to Rome together. And at some point we were discussing, and he was like, "Okay, I think that next time we're gonna meet is gonna be in May." I was like, "No way!" It's like, "Yeah, I got this and obligations and work and everything. It will be impossible for me to come." And I was like, "No way! I'm not gonna see you. But what's gonna be like? I'm planning my life from trip to trip, and what's gonna be?" And then we kind of had a fight about it, and I got emotional. And then we just realized that if we want to stay calm and sane with this, we have to just let go and let the universe do its things. And if we need to meet, we're gonna meet. Just to believe it, to release and believe. And I don't know, like a week ago, I knew that I'm gonna have some few days off with the kids, and I can play on that with my parents' help and everything. And then I realized I'm gonna have a week off. And today we booked the ticket, and I'm gonna see him. So anyway, it's really hard. Like before him, I had a very intense dating life. I'm divorced for 5 years, and I used to go on a date and then have a relationship and then to end and then have another relationship, and it was quite intense. And usually people lives, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes for me. And then I had a relationship for about almost a year with someone from Cyprus. It was an hour flight, but both of us were very busy and we couldn't meet too much. Right now I realize it's not far. It's really not long distance. 300 kilometers with 1 hour flight is not long distance. So anyway, I think we could have done it better, but we did what we could, and probably wasn't meant to be more than that. And but with this relationship, it's like I'm a different person. I grew up. I'm not searching for thrills or excitement. I'm not searching for dates. I'm not searching for anyone else. I'm with him for 6.5 months. We only met each other 3 times, and we feel like we live together. It's like my husband is on business travel. That's it. That's the way it is, and you get used to it at some point. Sometimes it scares me because I'm only 37 and still got energy and everything. It's like, you put your emotional life on hold, not your emotional, your physical life on hold, because I used to have intimate with people and having friends and going out and everything. Now I'm just sitting on Friday night and talk to him on video. And we also have a time gap of 8 hours right now. It used to be 9 with a winter and summer clock here in Israel. Now it's 8. It's more saying we have 1 more hour to talk. And usually he goes to sleep early because he wake up early. And when I go to sleep, he usually in the middle of his day. And when I wake up, he's going to sleep. Sometimes we miss each other because he go to sleep early and I wake up late. So it became some kind of routine, and we got used to it. And like whenever one of us is waking up, he's texting the other, and we try to have a video chat at least once a day, and sometimes every 2 or 3 days, because we have some days of meetings and his work and my work, and some days we barely manage to talk. Like we just texting, like, I'm busy, you're busy, it's okay. And we understand that, and there's a lot of maturity here. He's 40, I'm 37, and we've been through a lot in our life, and both of us had complicated relationships with our ex in our marriages, and we just try not to do the same mistakes, like to give respect to each other's space when we're together, because you behave differently when you're far from someone. When you're together, you're next to him, and we still don't know how to react to the interaction between us. Like, sometimes I'm too picky, and because I'm Israeli, and that's how we are, by the way. No, Israeli people are picky, but we just do it because we love our partner, and when we care, that's a way to say, I care about you. I want you to get better, and so we've been interpreted as picky people. But I really love him, and he loves me, and I won't lie if I say that there's days that I'm thinking like, why do I need this mess? Why I need this whole pain? And there's sometimes I'm like, especially with the crazy energies going around right now, there's some days I just need a hug. At the end of the day, I need intimacy sometimes, and I don't have it. And you learn to live without it. Like, I can have a shitty day, and then I'm just texting him that I really have to see him. And then we have a video chat and just look in each other's eyes, and it kind of making everything look better. And I still haven't figured it out totally, but if you're at the beginning of a relationship and it seems to you like a fling or a crash or something that you're not sure if it's just physical attraction, like with us, it didn't begin with physical attraction. It began with good friendship, with meeting each other for the first time and walking around in Amsterdam for 12 hours and talking about everything, and feel at the end of the day like we know each other, and we neither of us was thinking of about the sexual point, the sexual aspect. Like, we were like, I was after a relationship, he was in a very different mood, and it just happened, and we didn't plan. But we have a very strong base for a relationship of communication, and we can understand each other, and we really love each other. I don't know how it happened, but we have what it takes to have a long lasting relationship. And when you're in a long distance relationship, one of the things you need to figure out at the beginning of the relationship is if whether the other side, one of the side, is willing to change his life and move to your country, or you moving to there, because it has to be within like 2-3 years time. Otherwise you're just wasting your time and energy, and it's gonna be painful eventually. Like in our case, he lives in Costa Rica, I live in Israel. I got 3 kids, small kids, and yeah, I can do my job from everywhere, but things are kind of complicated with my ex, and I'm very close to my family, so I can't see myself moving somewhere else in the next few years, like at least 10 years. And on his place, like he has his kids, but he has a job that can allow him to travel the world and to work from everywhere. And he can see it as a possibility to live here and to go every 2-3 weeks or something like that to be with his kids. And it's possible. It can be possible. Like, it's an option. So we don't know yet what's going to be and when it's going to be. And I know his kids need him, and I respect that for everything. And my kids needs me too. Therefore, they're with me most of the time, so we can meet a lot. And so when you're having long distance relationship and you're divorced with kids, do yourself a favor. If it's not something really, really, really special that you think that your life can't be without it, don't start it. Don't. Especially expensive relationship, because we have like $1,500 usually. Now I found a flight in $1,000 because of Black Friday, so it was good. But don't start it if you have little kids. It's almost impossible, and both of us have been through a lot in our life, and we right now. I'll answer you in a second, Simon. And I've been in a lot of relationships and I know what I want and this is it. And we can see each other live together happily. And I also went to my astrologer and she saw our charts and she was like, okay, you got what it takes to have a long-term relationship and to live together happily. There's so much match that it's rare and that it's worth keeping relationship. So right now we can disconnect and I'm gonna see him again and he's gonna make whatever he can to see me again. And we just live day by day and you have to be honest with each other. You have to talk about your feelings and uh, just a lot of communication. That's the most important thing. And you asked me about if I had uh, pain through my journey. Uh, yeah, we had. Like with him, there were parts that I decided that I want to cut it. Or every time we're separating, after we meet each other, like we're very high, and then it's like some kind of void in our souls that it's so painful. And we're just, I spent a week after he left, both of us were just crying for a week because you feel like you found your other half and then someone cut it away and you're separated and you just want to have this touch and this feeling and we're so connected and I don't know and I don't want to have anyone else and he doesn't want to have anyone else and it never happened to me before. Like I was a playgirl, that's how you say it, and I was dating a lot and all of my friends were like, are you still waiting for him? Like, you? Same person, half year. And I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. And having someone in your life saying to you every morning, every day, a few times a day, I love you, makes you live. Yeah, now I can find it here too. But I just fell in love so deep. And it's hard, it's really hard, but you just have to, have some routine and to update each other with your life. We have no jealousy. Like he goes with his female friends to concerts and stuff, and I'm going to drink with my male friend, and we trust each other. And if you have jealousy and you're possessive with each other, it's not going to work. Like he knows I don't want anyone else, and I know he doesn't want anyone else. And I told him like if it's going to be a situation after while we're not going to see and you're going to have the chance and you're going to feel like, okay, I want to do this with someone, and go ahead, it's okay. I know he loves me and I know I'm not going to lose him. So that's kind of, more adult perspective to relationship. And I don't believe in being possessive. I believe that you can't own someone and you just have to trust them because they're far away. And it's a lot about trust and it's a lot about being there for each other and doing whatever you can to meet each other. And you gotta have a work that can allow you to have a long distance relationship. Because for us, for example, we known each other for 6.5 months and we already saw each other for 3 times since we met, and now it's gonna be the fourth. So it's not that bad, like having, let's say, about every 1.5 months an average. It's okay, you can live with that. And for us that we have very busy life and kids and everything, so it's okay. Heal and work within yourself. Do you have meditate? Um, I'm meditating every day. I'm trying, to keep growing, and even with each other, like sometimes, your twin flame reflects things to you. And just a second, I need to upload my battery. And sometimes, you just try to deal with things, and the work is mostly when we talk about things, because sometimes I saw it in my first relationships after I got divorced that I used to react to things the way I used to react with my ex, and like someone used to say something, it used to push some trigger and it used to make me pissed or hurt. And he just said something. And that's what you learn to do in your twin flame relationship, like to understand that this is a clean white paper and you don't have to react the way you used to do, the way you used to react before. And you have to realize that you have another person standing in front of you, and when he's saying or doing something, he's not saying that because he doesn't love you or because your ex used to do that on a certain reason. And you just learn to be aware to that, to your reactions, and to react differently. And you choose that and you work on that. And for example, as I said in the beginning, sometimes I can be very picky. Like we had a flight together, and I'm drinking a lot because my body needs a lot of water, and he barely drinks, and I drove him crazy. Like, sweetie, you need to drink. Like, why don't you drink? Okay, drink some water. And sweetie, you didn't drink for 3 hours. We're flying. Drink something. And at some point, he got pissed at me. And like, I'm older than you. I lived 40 years before I met you. I can keep on living 40 more without you telling me what I need to do. And it's something that I got used to do in my relationship with my ex. And now I'm not doing that. Like, I told myself, yeah, he's adult. He's very mature. He's responsible. I don't agree that his body doesn't need this kind of amount of water, but you just learn to respect the other person, and you choose to react differently and to let go of things that you don't need to cling to. And today I'm more open and I'm more listening. And when he tells me, listen, I don't like when you do this and that, or talk to me about this or that, it just goes in and stays there. And then next time I'm just trying to breathe and think before I'm reacting the way I used to do. And that's the work. And you keep doing the work all the time because it never ends. And that's the way you evolve and you get to a higher place. And yeah, both of us are meditating. He's doing yoga. I'm starting closing my day with meditations. I'm listening to high vibe, whether it's astrology or all kind of messages from the universe. There's DNA activation channel. It's great. And there's the Leo King and Astrolada. Both of them are great. They talk about the spiritual realm. And I feel like I'm doing a lot of work with them too. Like, you learn to trust the universe. You learn to understand there's a higher force. Like right now, what's going on with the energies? Everyone's freaking out and going crazy. All my friends, relationships are breaking up, and we had some crisis when we went to Rome. Like we're in the most dramatic place in the world, and we're fighting because we're not sure what's going to be in the future. But we just learned to breathe and to let go of things. What need to be will be, and someone above is deciding, and it's not everything is up to us. Like everything in the universe. Like I had a plan when we met. I've been to Amsterdam in February. I was visiting a friend. I booked the flights and everything. I've been a travel agent. I know how to book flights. I was checking everything. Yet when I came to the airport on the morning to come back home, the steward told me, listen, sweetie, you're not on that flight. You're on the next month flight. I was like, no way. She was like, yeah, it's for March 12th, not February 12th. And I start crying, and then I realized part of me just felt that there's probably a reason for that, as much as it seems sucks and that I probably made a mistake. But I knew like there's no way. It's just because like okay, it's like someone, I knew that there's a reason for this mistake, and I booked another flight, and I was like, okay, it's the same price for double flight, and I already got a flight for next month. Okay, I'll just book 2 flights and the same price. I'll fly again next month if I can. And I did it, and a very deep belief in me knew that there's a reason for this delay. And next month I couldn't fly, so 2 days before uh, I delayed the flight, rescheduled it for May. I didn't know if I'm gonna fly there. I was like, okay, I'll schedule it for May. There's no, maybe I won't be able to fly, but I knew that I can't change it again. And then I know, like, things got to work out, and my parents were like, yeah, we will take the kids, go for 4 days. And I came to Amsterdam. I plan to be a friend that lives there. And he was like, no, I'm sorry, I won't be able to be with you. I got things at work, and I'm going to be busy on these days. I'll try to see you, but I'm not promising anything. So I found a place, and I was like, okay, let's do the journey on my own for the first time, to fly somewhere and just to see what's going to be. And when it comes to him, he was planning to he was in Frankfurt and in Berlin, and Amsterdam wasn't in his plans. And on the last second, he was deciding, like, okay, let's do 2 days of Amsterdam. I never been there. And he had a whole week of traveling. And on the same day he arrived, we met on Tinder. And I was like, yeah, I'm searching for someone to hang out with. And I was like, yeah, I'm alone too. Okay, let's see museums tomorrow. And it just went, it was so crazy. And at the evening, the day after we met, we were sitting in some coffee shop, and he was like talking to me about, I believe that connection between people is about vibration and connection. And I was like, what? Like, that's what I'm saying, that these are my words, sweetie, and everyone thinks I'm crazy when I'm saying them. And you just get messages from the universe, and you know this is it. You know it's worth working on. So it's challenging, so challenging. Sometimes there's days that I'm saying, God, I don't want to do this anymore. And then he calls me or sends me a picture and sees eyes, and I'm like, okay, a little bit more. And when we have time together, it's so magical, it's so amazing, so fulfilling. And we don't even have to do sex to feel alive, and just being with each other, it's amazing. It's really, I hope that in 2 years from now, I'm going to have a video, I'm going to post a video that says, okay, me and my twin flame live together. um, anyway, sorry, I was babbling too much, and you're welcome to leave your comments, and I'll be glad to hear your stories and give you my advice. But if it's not something really special and you don't see a future, and you feel like you don't have communication in a level, because you need a lot of communication, you need to talk about the worst things in the world with these people, with this person. And I've seen also videos of people that made it through a long distance separation for a few years, and they'll live together and they live happily ever after, because you appreciate each other more. But if it's not really valuable for you, and if it's just sex and attraction, and you don't feel like, okay, I want to live my life with this person, don't go there. Don't do that. And I can tell you that 3 days later, after I met him, like on the second day, I just knew. I just told myself, okay, that's the one I want to live with. I never had this kind of compatibility with someone. And after I spent time at his place, after the first time I've been in Costa Rica, after 10 days, I just told myself, okay, I want to live with that person. I want him in my life forever. I want to grow old with him. And last time he was here, I told him, you're the one I need in my life. Let's grow old together if we can. Like, we're going to wait for a few years, but I know, I feel inside that there's no one who's more compatible to me after having this kind of emotional level and deep connection with someone. It's really hard to find something else, or to enjoy just having sex or something with someone that you don't feel really connected at the soul level. And I feel something inside of me got changed forever. I don't know what's gonna be, really. I hope we can hold up to the thing, and we'll have the time and the money and the energy to keep doing that. But I can tell you that right now I need to fly on this Friday for 22 hours round, 17 hours flight. I don't care. I don't care. Like, all my friends, wow, it's a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't care because I know he's waiting for me on the other side, and I'm going to get a hug, and I'm going to feel the most amazing love in the world. And it's going to last for about 8 days. It's better or nothing, really. And even if it was just 5 days, I was planning to go. But you know how you feel inside. If something tells you this is it, okay, go head over heel and just get crazy with that. We always say we're crazy. But if there's some doubts inside and something said that, okay, I can find something like that here, don't do that. Don't go there. Please don't go there when you're already stuck there. And just try to see the future, really. Start to plan. Like, for me, what gives me the power to keep on going with that is knowing when I'm going to meet him again. Is like when I left Costa Rica, he was booking a flight the same day for 2 months in advance, and it kind of gave me the power to breathe until the next time, because there was a countdown. And when he left, I was like feeling lost because I didn't know where I'm gonna meet. And then a week ago, there was an option on the table, like, okay, there's a chance I can come for a few days, let's do it. And we just did it. But you need money, and luckily both of us have jobs that can allow us to earn more money, and it costs a lot for both of us, but we can handle that. So just think about everything through. Don't fall to that magic and this bubble of, yeah, I'm in love with someone from other country. It's kind of cool, but it's really painful. So, and you have to be like in a place. For me, for example, I was dating a lot. I don't feel like I miss anything outside, and I don't mind sitting and investing in my career right now this time, so I can have more money, and then I can go to see him for more longer, and then go maybe with the kids someday. And you have to think for the long run, and with that you have to live it day by day, and to realize that it could end every minute. Like, one of you can say something or do something or meet someone, you can never know. Just live it day by day. Well, about the doubts, I had some doubts, but at the very beginning with him, and then they're gone. Like, I think that you need to spend a lot of time together. Like, I see a lot of people long distance relationship. They like, they meet every time for a short weekend or something. And I knew at the beginning of the relationship that I need to check it, like how it feels to live together. Like, that's why I booked a flight for 10 days to go and see him. And yeah, we traveled for the first three days, and then he had to go to work. So I wanted to feel what it's like, him on the real life, not him the traveler. And I came with him to his work. He's a doctor, and I was working there with my laptop, and we had a routine, and then going home together and having dinner and going to the supermarket and cooking together and just sitting and watching TV together in bed, like having this regular life. And of course, yeah, we traveled and we saw things, but I wanted to see how our routine together looks like, and it was amazing. Like, both of us were saying, okay, that's what I want in my life. This kind of relationship, I want that. And that's why my suggestion to you is to go and be together for 10 days. Like, what was amazing for me I had a lot of relationships, and sometimes, there were guys that after a month or two, I was like, okay, let's spend the weekend together. Come and be with me for the whole weekend. They were coming on a Friday afternoon, and then like we were going out, having sex, spending the night together, and then the morning, like maybe having breakfast, and afternoon, like they need their space. And here we don't have that. We don't need the space. We just want to have more and more of each other. And yeah, sometimes like he has times that he needs to work, or he needs, to play on the phone for a while just to clear his mind, and I'm allowing that to him. And I need to work, and we respect each other's space. But I knew that when I came to see him, being with him for 10 days and feeling like I don't want to go, and feeling like it's my home, and feeling the most natural thing in the world, that's when I knew it's not just a fling or something. Like, it's a huge risk. It's really crazy to go to someone you met for just 2.5 days and to go and live with him in his home in fucking Costa Rica and the other side of the world. But I'm crazy. And he's crazy too. And so you just have to check it more deeply, and to give a chance, like to have a glimpse of what your life together could look like, and to do things, to go out, to travel, to we even went with his kids to the cinema. We went with my kids to weekend, and we've been with his kids to weekend, and we traveled. And when I was there, and when he came here, we took my kids for some day off, and we just traveled together with them. It was amazing. Like, we felt connection with the kids too, and yeah, the kids were a little picky, mine and his, but it was weird for them too to have someone strange in their environment. And but my kids and his kids, both of us kids, were eventually saying like, yeah, like his kids were, she's nice when she's coming again, my kids when he's coming again. And it's really good. So just make your calculations and check it thoroughly. How as as fast as you can, try to have like 10 days together, 7 days together, as much as you can. I know it's hard with job and everything, but I knew that if I'm not gonna have this 10 days period, and I knew I'm taking a huge risk because it might not work this good, I just knew that I'll never know if it can work, if it has a chance. And then I knew that it has. Like, we're gonna be happy together. I have no doubt. Let's see what's gonna be. I know right now I'm just waiting for Friday. I'm gonna see him, and you're invited to write him in the comment. Thank you for being here. And we got a blog at twinflame.twinsouls.com. You're invited. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and thank you for watching. And good night. Bye.